Evaluating how two separate science fiction works portray the illusion of a perfect utopia to control their citizens, but are truly dystopian through further analysis and comparison of the works. The images most think of when the word utopia is spoken is a perfect society without the burdens of famine, violence, or any hardship. Some might think of the works such as The Giver or Plato's Republic that depict efficiently run societies that appear to hold no backdraws of their own. However, many such fictional societies are merely dystopias operating under the illusion of being utopias. Dystopia is an imagined place where people lead dehumanized and fearful lives. The Hunger Games describes a dystopia that thrives under this illusion. Country of Pan Am is established after a time of war and splits the remnants of what was the United States of America into the capital and 12 districts. Each district has a distinct role to play in benefiting the capital and an established social status in relation to these roles they serve. As some exports are more favored over others, some districts have a higher standing relationship with the government. Every year, 2 young contestants are chosen at random from each district to compete in the Hunger Games. The victor is sent back to their home district with a reward and allowed to live the rest of their life in luxury along with their family. This system is meant to keep the districts from revolting by displaying the power the capital has in taking away their children and their generosity in returning some wealth to the winner's district. The districts are left to continue working and living in poverty while the capital benefits from the labor. The world is broken when Katniss defies the unspoken rules of the games when she mourns the death of a young girl. In a dystopian system that thrives off submission and apathy from its citizens, this show of empathy and compassion sparked a change within the districts, and the citizens of Pan Am begin to open themselves to the idea of a revolution. Katniss is not a typical female dystopian role model with her blunt personality and holds the position of being the sole provider for her family. Once on camera for the Capitol, she is told to act weak and in love with her co-contestant Peeta to survive the games so she will appear more likable. She creates an illusion of a perfect girl the same way the Capitol attempts to keep up a perfect facade to hide the brutal reality of what keeps it functional. The novel We is another example of a dystopian society that hides behind the image of being a utopia in order to keep power over its citizens. Much like the Capitol, the government in We is strictly controlling of its people but takes it to a greater level in regulating every aspect of a citizen's life. Despite social hierarchies, no one is exempt from close observation if they are believed to not be following the strict societal guidelines. Each person's job is designed to provoke the government and incite patriotic pride within the citizens. No one is permitted to make decisions for themselves, as that would encourage pride in oneself instead of attributing accomplishments to the state. The government is something to be worshipped and submitted to. In this society, men and women appear at first to be equals, yet it's clear with the characters O and I that women are still supposed to be submissive beings. O is a stereotypical woman. I, on the other hand, is bold and in control and believes in the idea of freedom from the government. I never sees her dream of freedom come to fruition, unlike Katniss, who plays along with her government's ideals to achieve her goal of beating the Capitol. Both The Hunger Games and We describe utopian dystopias that utilize the image of perfection to mask their ugly flaws that keep them functioning. Though they come from two distinct cultural backgrounds, both stories encapsulate the idea of tyrannical government through historical Eastern and Western ideas of control. Both control the idea of what it means to be a person, to serve their community, their government, and nothing more. And both show how gender ideals can be used to be the savior or the downfall of the oppressive state. The mask of perfection worn by the government or people can only last so long before it's shattered.